Terrence Shepard's in here.
Boom.
I don't know why Terrence is.
We
on
are.
here every time.
Terrence is always in here, man.
I know.
He's a homie.
I agree. Terrence is my friend. It's just like
everyone's gonna get an echo now because I just played it out loud on my phone. What's up, everyone? This is the beauty of doing a live show. Cleveland knows very much about live shows.
Nonstop.
He's got him down to a science. But anyways, Cleveland Terry is our guest today, all the way from California. What time? You are what? 6 o'clock there.
just
6
waking up,
o'clock.
right?
Yep. 6:01.
God. I wish I could go back in time.
Hey, why am I bigger than you guys?
it's like a YouTube thing. You just have a big following. I don't know. You say more important shit than we do.
I feel like I should shrink down or something to like match your levels.
I'll flex a little bit.
No, it's more. I'm trying to fit two
better?
people in our screen over here. So like I got one person, so I can make you a box, and then we got the logo above us too.
I was gonna
so
say you got to keep the logo up. Logo is very important.
even though we got the logo now here back here too. So
Now,
So-
and of course, look. I'm supporting.
You
I'm
know
supporting.
how it is.
Absolutely.
I was actually there's like those T-shirts in this like corner over here.
You
and
got,
I was
like-
just eyeballing them. I was like, I don't have that one.
that
the
one-
one you're wearing.
that one right there is the most sought after shirt we ever released. It sold out the fastest. I actually don't even own one because I accidentally put the wrong quantity on there, so I had to give away mine that I was supposed to have too.
Well, to be fair, I don't think it would look good on everybody. It looks good on my skin, but I don't know if some skins don't work.
I got
with
some
the green.
pale skin. Red beard. I don't know.
Now, to be fair, I've said this, and I will continue to say this until I'm dead, probably. I have tried everybody's shirts. People send me shirts all the time, and I've gotten them from everybody. Yours are the best shirts
Let's go.
by far.
They probably cost the most too.
Yeah,
So-
right. Like you can take that little snap and you can throw that up on IG, and I will defend it till I'm blue in the face.
Oh,
I've
definitely.
worn them all.
Definitely. I will definitely have George make me a reel out of that so I can post it when we do the next drop, because actually that shirt you're wearing right there, that saying is going to come back. Not exactly in that
nice.
design, but that saying is going to come back.
Those vibes actually are gonna come back.
Those vibes, yeah. The good vibes.
Yeah, everybody loves this shirt.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And I also love the burgundy one too. Your girl's favorite DJ.
Mm-hmm. I like that one.
Although
too.
I can't find that one. I don't know where I put it at.
Anyways, we never really have a subject here other than we talk business and not really
Okay.
music and gear. That's pretty much the whole thing here.
I'm good with that.
So speaking of business, how's your business doing now? Are you guys out of COVID, in COVID?
You never know
So,
in California.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, we're out of COVID to the extent that people are doing parties, whether or not COVID is happening or not.
Yeah.
But now that LA finally removed California and LA removed the whole COVID protocols and procedures, it was already like doing gangbusters, but now it's like insane. So normally speaking, I mean, my company, we're multi-op, and I do, give or take, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 bar mitzvahs. We were primarily bar mitzvahs. So I do about 4 or 5 of them on a Saturday night. Right now, every weekend since, what are we in right now? March?
Yep. Mid-March.
Okay. So since the end of January, I have been doing upwards of 8 and 9 events every Saturday night. And it's going to be this way up until the 3rd week of June. It does not stop. It is absolutely insane. And it's hard. It's hard because, you go from not having any work, right? Which is not a problem for us. Like, I'm like, oh, cool, work. Great, let's go. But as a multi-op, you try to bring other people back like, hey, we got work for you again. And they're like, not really sure.
Right. Yep.
Kind of want more money. Like there's always these things now that I have to kind of deal with. And it's been tough. It's been tough. But, you get to a point where like, I think the emotion just like leaves your body. And then you just kind of, you care, but you don't care. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like
It's
you're
that
just
you're
like
dead inside.
nothing I can do.
Yeah.
COVID's put a very thick skin on everyone in terms of
Yes.
just being
Yes,
able to deal with
exactly.
it.
That's true.
You'll make it through it. And then also on the other side, I put it into like perspective of the people that work for you. Like, is that really worth my time? Is that really worth? I could sit at home and just enjoy
Hang out
life.
with a girl. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have to.
I know.
Make that.
I don't fault them, but
Yeah.
it's like on the other side, you're like, look, I know everybody wants to make more money, but like a lot of these things take time. And if you're running a business, nothing is immediate. Like I want more money. Everybody wants more money. You're like, great. But like, I have to raise my rates and I have to do this and I have to do that. And all this stuff takes time. It's not something that's immediate, like your raise, and I still have to be able to run a business. So it's tough. I mean, honestly though, we've actually raised our prices. It's almost like a damn stock market. Like we've raised our rates so many times in the past like 4 months. It's actually like, even I'm like concerned, like, Jesus, this is bad, but it is what it is. Like, all of a sudden gas prices shot through the roof. I'm not going to take a hit on that.
Yeah.
So prices got to go up again.
Is that what you're doing to counter it? I mean, can we talk about the gas prices on this one?
Brief. I saw, on Facebook.
I'm curious what people are doing.
On Facebook, I saw the question, are you passing the cost of gas on to your clients? That was something, I can't remember how it was phrased, but that was the question in a DJ group. And everyone commenting's like, oh, no, you just make sure you're charged, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. Like, the thing about what you just said is, the cost of working. It's just a cost. Of course, we're passing. We've been passing the cost of gas off since you became a company.
Exactly.
It's just because it went up. If your prices didn't go up, you're still passing the cost off. You just make less money. You fucking idiot. Like, sorry. Like, duh. Yeah. I don't know. Like,
so look, I understand why some people are reluctant to raise their prices because they're always like, well, if I raise my prices, that might put me out of a certain group or somebody else hasn't raised their prices. So now I look like the expensive one. Like, I understand why you would do it. I just don't care anymore. I am done with losing money.
Right.
Just because.
Yep.
It's like, look, this is what it costs and you're going to pay it. If you don't, somebody else will pay it. I mean, we'll talk about it a little later, but like we've raised our prices and we have different pricing tiers now. And, some people are like, how dare you? And I'm like, then look, you can't afford it. It's cool. I have other packages over here. Like, you don't have to choose this one, and it's been working out. It's probably putting us in a higher clientele bracket and maybe we'll lose some of those, lower tier ones, but
that's always a good place to be though. You get you get better reviews, you get bigger tips, you get less requests,
less snobby people.
They don't run you into the ground.
Snobby's not the right word.
No, because
picky.
I find that the richer you are, the less questions you ask.
That's true.
Exactly. That's the test of the test of a real rich person is like the really rich. Literally, they're just like, we trust you.
Yeah, it's not even that they trust you. It's like, I paid you good money. You're going to do the job.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's the other ones that are like, well, I paid you good money and all the money that I had to do this party. So you better be good. So now I have to verify everything you do to make sure.
I better
make sure I got my money's worth here.
Yeah. It's like, I need to make sure that my $400 is a true investment. Like, okay.
I take it you've got that question a couple times for the down deposit.
Oh my god! When we started out and we were the cheapest on the block, oh my god, it was literally like they would just beat the shit out of us. Like it was crazy, and we were the cheapest. Always like, bro, you gave me like fuck. I think we were charging $6.99 for a 5-hour ceremony reception deal.
Oh God.
I know. I mean, this is 5 years ago now.
Little Caesar's Pizza.
I know, and you're right. You're right. And it is what it is. Obviously, I don't regret it because it got our we built our reviews. There. We built a company off of it. But yeah, the clients, dude, what the fuck? They would just leave these reviews sometimes. We have like 2 or 3 really bad reviews, and it's all those clients. Yeah. And they are just like, I would read them, and I'd start laughing. I was like, bro, if you truly thought it was that fucking terrible, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like I guess I'm sorry. I'm like just laughing.
I have this rule. If you come from Yelp, it's going to be bullshit.
Oh my God. I don't even, absolutely.
I'm glad Yelp isn't a thing over in our area.
Oh God. It's not really a thing for us too, because, we get Yelp people, but it's like few and far between, but every time I've ever got Yelp review, it's like, well, I'm looking at 4 other DJs and they're going to do all the stuff you offer for, 20%. And I'm like, you need to go to them then, because
I
I'm not
know.
dropping my price.
Yeah, like I hate it when people say that, like put you up next to, and I'm like, if I was to compete to the race to the bottom,
Right.
I'd fucking win. Like, and I don't want to win that race.
Yeah,
Like,
this isn't a car salesman gig or anything like that
It's-
where we can.
it's just not. You know,
It's not that- it's
Why
service
why are you
industry.
talking to me if you're gonna even? I wouldn't. If I was that person, I wouldn't even waste my energy saying that to me. You know,
Right.
oh, this person's
And-
gonna do this and that for less. It's like, then fucking go with them. Why are you even talking to me?
Well, it went. Yeah,
right.
okay, go ahead. I was about to say, in a way, a lot of them probably don't interact with service businesses that often.
Yes.
That negotiate. They work with a lot of like Walmart and your car salesman and stuff, where negotiation is a big thing involved with like products.
Right.
But in the service industry, unless they have like
They're talking to the person.
unless
in
they have
control of the
landscaping
price.
people or anything that does service related items, they'll find that they don't really negotiate it. The price is the price.
Right. You know,
Yeah.
and yet again, I'll bring up Facebook. I've seen people say, like, out of anger of what I'm saying I'm angry about. You know, same reaction as what I'm saying. But then they would put the comparison of like, what, do you go buy an iPhone and try and haggle the price? It's like, listen, I get what you're saying, but that is not similar to what's happening. Like, you are in control of the price. You can cut your price in half if you choose to. Like, don't. But Apple, this 20-year-old Geek Squad guy or whatever, he can't just be like, all right, we'll give you the iPhone for cheaper. It's not up to him.
Exactly. And look, when it's all said and done, I know first off, a lot of DJs devalue themselves. They don't put themselves into the artistry box. It's just, we are a service based, and then that's all it is. But as a DJ, you're more than just a service. Yes, service is a part of what you do, but your artistry, your ability to read a crowd, your ability to adjust and to play the right music, that's a skill set. That's an art form, and you have to put a number of value to that, and that's what we do. And I don't care anymore. That's what I'm saying. I don't I used to care right when COVID hit, and then everybody and their mom was like, I want my money back. I want my money back. I want money back. And I'm like,
And you
no.
saw their true colors.
Yeah.
No. And I'm hanging up phones with my hands shaking. And when the phone would ring, I'm just like, I don't want to answer this phone because,
oh my God.
I was just like, I was over it. I was like, I literally for about a month, I don't think I answered the phone. Like, it was like April. And it was just every person I answered was just like, I want my money back. What do you do? What did you do with my deposit? Like, I paid overhead. Like, that's what a deposit's for.
Right.
And I just stopped. And then at a certain point, I was like, no, I want my deposit back. No. What do you mean? We will use it as a credit for when you come back. And the moment I started saying no, all of a sudden, the people that were like, we're not going to have another event, so we just want our money back. All of a sudden, we've rescheduled. We've done this. We've done that. Can you push it over to my second child's bar mitzvah? Sure. All of a sudden, everything is doable.
Yep.
And I've learned that people will try to take advantage of you as much as possible. It's
Give
the
them an
same
inch,
thing
they'll
with,
try
like,
and get a
meetings.
mile.
Yeah, like meetings. I used to see all of my clients, so I would go to their homes, and they always wanted to be at the perfect time for them. So it's like 7:00 on a Tuesday after the husband comes home, and now we're all sitting there chatting it up, and I still got to drive home and do all this crap. I started saying, you know what? When we built our office, it was like, hey, why don't you just come to our office? All of a sudden, you know what? A phone call is fine. We can do an over, and I'm just like, so it was okay when I was driving to you, but now that I'm asking you,
You know what I mean? And if you've ever seen his ceremony rig, it's like, oh, okay, you're that kind of DJ. You know what I mean? It's like, what the hell? It's like a fucking Porsche. But
I think we're back.
I think we're good now. I mean, I haven't checked it out, honestly, but the reason is because like I feel like that ship has sailed. I don't know why people are trying to reinvent the CRM thing, because DJ Event Planner, they won. I'm sorry, it's $20 a month. It's so cheap, and it does everything.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about that, and I'm sure it's fine. I'm not even hating on the program. I just, like I said, you have all these DJ Event Planner users that have 15 years of data, in this CRM. What you just want to switch? That's like you can't.
It's almost impossible.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm like,
Exactly.
if I have to leave my CRM, like this is it. Like that's so much work to port everything over.
Yep.
So
yeah, I mean,
and by the way,
you like
does
can't.
Event Planner have a XML importer?
You can import some things, but you can't import your events. You know.
Yeah.
Right. You know, basically no, because the things you can import, you don't give a shit about. You know, maybe like a venue list, all your venue spreadsheet, client spreadsheet, but no events, which is the 99% of that work.
Wait,
Greg,
so
also
CT,
said
what
I'd
are
rather
you?
leave
What
my
are you?
wife.
What are you on?
So I'm currently on. I have been on this thing called ShootQ. It was originally designed for photographers, and
Okay.
at the time when I was looking for a CRM, I mean I don't know how long Event Planner has been there, but like it didn't pop up on my thing. This is like I don't know, maybe 10 years. So I found this, and a friend recommended it as a photographer. So I just went in and literally just customized it to support my DJ needs, and it's been good. The biggest problem that I have with moving to other platforms is kind of a simple one, but like it's hard to find it. And that is, I don't like all of these CRMs where you can just like modify the signed contract because
that's weird.
that contract is supposed to be signed and that's it.
And it's locked.
You can
in
amend it.
stone. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a whole bunch of them. And then the other thing that I didn't love is most of them don't have a really good accounting system. Like I can't say, show me what I sell the most of, you know, and like this one can. I don't know if Event Planner can.
Yeah.
Does it have a reporting?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You can
now,
design.
I will say
you
this,
can design your own.
Ugly as all shit.
Yeah,
It's
I
ugly.
mean, it's gotten a lot better. I don't know when the last time you looked at it is, but you have to kind of spice it up. You know, like the default settings are ugly because it's really like a moldable piece of software clay. You just mold it to whatever the fuck you want, and if you're crafty enough, then it's beautiful. You know, like mine. Like when my clients log in, it looks like you're still on my website, and it's not. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and what was I know there was one more question. Then we can move on.
I'm on Honeybook.
So Honeybook is the best CRM for clients. It sucks for us.
Yep.
But for clients, it looks amazing.
So what do you think sucks about it? Because I want to see if it's the same things that I hate.
I hate the billing. I remember trying to send out a contract, and then I remember the fact that like you could modify the contract after it was already done. You could also something. Oh, and with the payments, like the accounting is just bad, but it looks great from a client perspective. It's really beautiful.
So you right on 2.1, they've redone all the you can't modify contracts. There's a you can create a modified field where they can enter something modified, but either you put signs and initials, and you can say what they can modify or not. And actually, they're changing everything right now. They're in a revamp where you can do smart files now. It's the whole thing. But the accounting side, I just link it to QuickBooks. It has QuickBooks links, and then I'd use all my accounting stats are in QuickBooks. But to what you said, I can't see data on if I sell the signature bundle more than the elegant bundle. I have no fucking idea. I just know how much I book all the clients for. I know the average client price. That's about it.
Yeah. See, I can literally tell from my system what packages I sell more of, what items I sell more of.
That's cool.
You know, so it's like, oh, you sell, you know, your biggest seller is uplights. Cool. I mean, I knew that, but like, it's nice to be able to see a number by it. You know, so it's little things like that I don't use all the time, but every so it really helped when we were trying to get money during quarantine. You know, and we were trying to get money, and they were like, well, we need to see what your dollars are, and you know, you got your bank account stuff, but like, we were able to just pull and go, well, look, this is how much money we've made, and they're like, oh, okay, cool, and then they can just adjust from there. So, hey, you know, but again, I'm willing to look at something else, but I'm only making one more move. Whatever move I'm going to, like, that's it.
It's permanent. Yeah.
I mean, you know, and
I
like
would-
I said, you are moving. Q, I don't know shit about it. I don't really know.
I wouldn't recommend Honeybook if you're doing malt
Oh,
shops.
you can't. Honeybook is a straight up no. Like
It is.
you're
I'm
already
running.
10 times past that. You know, if you're a solo op photographer, what? Okay, it's great, but otherwise, it's not.
The only nice part about Honeybook is they have a shitload of capital and they're actually making improvements a lot. Like there's a whole community group and tech support group and
advertising. I mean, they really push.
they push the shit out of it.
If you were just a regular one man, that would be the first one I would look at because I see it everywhere. You know, I still to this day get Honeybook reminders to pay a bill on a fake account that I made years ago. Can't turn it off. It just, hey, don't forget to pay your bill. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I get Honeybook ads on everything. Like, I can't remember the ad, but I'm always like, I don't fucking want Honeybook. I'm like, skip.
So I'm stretching it thin and making it work for 4 guys right now at this point, and I have a decent system, but like, it's not easily scalable at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And try doing like 75 events in a month.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like we, and mine's obviously set up pretty well, DJ Event Planner. But, you know, we went from eight dudes and everything was running smooth, and we doubled our entire everything, and it was fine with DJ Event Planner, you know.
Sure.
Like my entire company could crumble, I don't know. But in DJ Event Planner, it's good.
And I know that it's based upon employees, right?
Yes.
That's how they charge.
Yep.
But even because I was sitting there talking to Bar and one of the guys from Posh, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, I pay this much. And he's like, how many employees you got? I'm like, I think around 60. He's like, this is your number. I'm like, I can't even wrap my head around the fact that they only want this amount for the amount of employees I have, because
it's 50
it's super
bucks.
cheap.
Yeah. $50 a month for up to 500 employees. That's what I pay. Yeah.
I think this guy might be underselling himself.
Maybe. Quite possibly.
I mean, they put like 0 marketing and advertising other than going to the shows.
Yeah.
They're not the most business
Well, I guess
savvy people.
I guess they sponsor like DJ Event News or whatever, Disc Jockey News.
And they
like,
sponsor a bunch of conventions too.
yeah,
They're
other
getting
than
better.
conventions, yeah.
They are getting better.
But when photo booth apps can charge $100,
Plus,
it doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't balance out.
Yep. Yeah.
For something that literally you need in
Oh,
order
I'd
to
pay.
like, once you're in, like, if they were like, sorry guys, it's now $300 a month, like you'd be like,
I pay it in a heartbeat.
it's $300 a month now.
I know. It's like, well, I guess I'll die. Right. That's your other option.
man.
are you going to pass that fee over to your clients?
Yeah. So what do you think? You pass that fee on your clients?
Yeah. So
Nah.
so what I was saying before
Yeah.
was
What's your other question?
people are afraid to make drastic changes because they're afraid that, you know, the clients are going to just run away from them or talk poorly about them. But the reality is that the entire world is increasing their prices. The entire world is like, if a key thing changes, they change along with it. And that's the one thing that we didn't do before. You know, when something like when gas prices went up a couple of years ago, actually it went up was like 2013, I think. And because I have a post about gas and we didn't raise our prices. We were like, you know, it'll adjust itself out and we'll balance it out in the end. Now it's like, we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
You know? And like I said, I've raised my prices, I think at a minimum 4 times since January.
Damn.
Yeah. But and it's not just like, well, let's see here. The first time I raised it, it was literally after we had gone through using the reporting system and checked our profit margins, because our profit margins typically sit a little bit above 30%. Like, we're not trying to, like, you know, take advantage of people. So it's about 30%. And I went back, started looking at things, and some of our things were 25%, you know, 20. I'm like, okay, so we got to raise our prices. So everything shot up initially about $500. Not a lot, you know, $500 across the board. Everything went up. And then as you continue to go, and then people and all of their demanding needs from these new clientele, they're like, I think we need to go up higher, you know? And now we have what we call, it's a premium It's a premium thing. Now I know everybody's different, but in California, and probably in, I would say probably in New York also, the MCs are very, very important. The MCs are far more important than the DJs. Even though it's a crock of shit, because without the DJ, the MC is going to suck.
Right.
You know, but people never put that together.
Yeah.
So the MCs are very, very important. And when we got back, and all of a sudden everybody's like, well, I requested this person. And you start to realize, well, there's only one of them, you know, and we have all these people and the demand is great.
Yeah.
So we had some party planners that were like, well, we want him and my client's willing to pay anything to get this person. Our biggest fear was always like, well, if we charge more for this one person, then everybody else is going to look cheap and look crappy. Well, why is this guy so much more money? That must mean he's the best. So these guys must suck. So what we did was we created an upper tier that is, it's our premium account. And it's basically to guarantee that person.
Right.
So if you want him that bad, we're going to guarantee him. We're going to verify that he's available for your party, because we were running into a situation after COVID where people were like, I don't want to work this weekend. And you can't make somebody work if they don't want to work. You know what I mean?
Right.
So as a request, they can just go, sorry. And then you have to kind of deal with it. But the clients were like, but I requested him, so you're supposed to give him to me. Like, it's a request for a reason. So we came out with this guarantee, and it started with the party planners, and the party planners were like, we can sell it. And literally it's not cheap. It's like $2,000 more than our normal prices, just to guarantee, you know, this thing.
Yep.
But selling like crazy, you know, and we realized that it wasn't so much about the price. It was about the exclusivity. I can afford this and you can't.
I bet that's big in bar mitzvahs.
It's huge, huge. And so because I was nervous. I'm like, dude, people are going to get pissed off and everything. And it's like, well, we still have the request. It's just that it's not guaranteed. If you want guaranteed, you pay for it. And like we sell them 2, 3, 4 of them a month now. So, you know, like that. And people don't care. I had a client just recently. I'm like, well, this is what it costs. And he said, okay. I'm like, but do you want the guarantee? You know, that's going to cost more. And I started going through the thing, and the dad was on the phone. He was like, well, how much is it? I told him, he was like, do it. Like, okay. Right. So, you know, we got to get out of the mindset that what we charge is the only thing that people expect to pay. You know what I mean? Like, we get into this thing, we're like, well, no, we can't raise our prices, because if we do, but it's like, well, how do you know? You don't know until you raise your price, and you really don't know until people start telling you no. Because if you raise your price, like we had a lower price point for the premium, and it was like selling like that, like too many. And we were like, no, this is supposed to be like
less
exclusive. If everybody's booking it, then that means we're too cheap. You know, so then we raised it up to support it. So we start to get some of those people falling off. So, you know, it's a gamble, but we've been in this business for 15 years. And when all the coordinators are like, you're the best company out here, you know, and not only are you the best company out here, but there's people that aren't even as good as you charging X amount of dollars, and you're cheaper, you're a steal to them, you know? So we're like, okay. And no negativity so far. I mean, who knows? You know, maybe a year from now, it could bite us in the ass. But so it is what it is.
So let me get this straight. Your premium thing, all it is paying extra to guarantee. It's the same thing as the regular price, except you're guaranteeing that one MC.
No. So the MC is guaranteed, yes. But also we give you the premium staff too. So imagine it's like the Super Bowl. And, you know, everybody's got the refs on every season. And then the Super Bowl, it's the best of the refs that are supposed to be. That's what we're doing.
So you got the best dancers, the best.
Exactly.
Okay.
Best dancers, best DJ, best MC.
Best talent, basically. You're paying for the best talent. Okay.
Yeah. You're almost paying for the guarantee that your party's going to go off, even though that's not possible. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You're guaranteeing the best shots.
And the funny thing about it is it's kind of silly, because the people that want it are all the super rich people that are uber bougie that don't usually throw like wild parties. It's all about the look and the image, and oh, look, this party planner of the stars is doing my event and it's all of the stuff. So a lot of times we barely do anything.
What? Did your headphones cut out? You want to move that one because mine are fine.
Fuck. All right. We're good. Gosh. All right.
We're working on a jank setup here, man.
Yeah, we're good.
Mostly just on our hearing side, like the mics go into an H6, it's all good, but like the headphone situation, very sketch. Very sketch.
And actually, DJ Bar made a good point. He goes, raise my rates because I don't want to work 100 dates, and that's actually important. Like, we don't mind working a lot, but like, I'm trying to get rid of those super low clients.
Yeah,
I don't want them. I don't mind them. If I know you, then yeah, I'll take care of you. But like, just off the bat, I want people to go, you know what? The premium definitely can't afford, but even their normal prices are too expensive. If we're too expensive, good. I don't want to drop my price lower than what I'm selling it for. So then we are too expensive for you. And that's okay.
Right. Yeah.
You know, people get offended like, well, I can't afford you. Well, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, we had the talk about like how many events can you do before it's just you're totally burnt out. And we said 65. Which is like capacity, you know, for a DJ.
If you're not doing anything else.
Right. But that's like, right.
Like if you are just a pure DJ, 65.
So your goal should be milking as much as possible out of 65 jobs. You
exactly.
Know? It's not do 100. It's not do 40. It's stay at 65. And
because that's a lot too. If you think about it, because that means if Bar's doing 100, that means he is doubling and tripling on some of these weekends,
or quad.
Yeah, and that can kill you. Yeah. All those events, every single, you know,
I wouldn't.
I do a double. Like I do a morning one and an evening one. I'm like, I'm done. Yeah. I don't want to work for another 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I can't. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. Yeah, but I will do, especially during busy times, like when we hit around May. Like that's our busiest. May, June, and then June is like. You got weddings. You also have, like we get grad and college parties and high school, you know,
graduation time frame. Yeah.
Yeah. So they all bleed into like the weekdays and the weekends. So it can be a lot, but you know, that's what we do, right? That's our job. And if only we didn't have to work all week, because like people don't understand. It's like, oh, you must have the best job. You only get to have to work on weekends. I'm like, I'm on the phone literally every day.
It's like one of those
6 hours.
You see all those things about like entrepreneurs, you know. I feel like entrepreneur is like the new, like, I don't even know what to. Yeah, it's like people are like, oh, that's cool kind of thing. It's like, I mean, I am that, so I guess I can't talk shit, but it's like working 90-hour weeks.
Yeah.
And you sometimes that's to lose money. So don't even think that necessarily means shit. But like that shit sucks. It's like it's
that TikTok, Instagram reel audio where it's like I quit my 9-to-5 job to pursue my dream. Now I work 24/7. Fuck. That's very accurate.
And it's so stupid because when you think about it, it's not only that you need to work. You need to work all these hours. It's almost that other side. Like shit, if I don't work. I'm going to lose those clients.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's a never ending drama of nervousness all the time. Like my phone will ring and I'm like, if I wait a day, I'll probably lose half of them because they're going to be like, oh, we went with somebody else. It's like, you can't win.
It's like a hard thing. Like with a day job, you can just go on a week-long vacation to Costa Rica or whatever. When you have
I mean, you could
if you have the right systems in place, but like, I'm with you. I'm gonna be in the back of my head going like, did they send the right emails? Did they follow up correctly?
I have never been on a vacation where I didn't work. Like we go on a vacation every July. It's just like family camp. You know, my wife's been going since she was like 9 years old for UCLA, and every time like I go from Monday till let's say we get there on Saturday. I don't do anything until around Tuesday. By Tuesday. I'm like shaking a little bit and nervous, you know, and then on Wednesday, I'm like, I got to call back everybody that called, you know, on this day. So I'm going to lose half my day because of it. But if you don't, if you go a week, I've literally had people, I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm on vacation. Your party's not for another like 7 months. Oh, you're on vacation? Okay, cool. This will only take a minute.
Right.
And you're on the phone for like another half hour. You're like, Jesus Christ, none of this I needed to do right now, you know? So It sucks. But
I don't
It is what
understand.
it is.
So, dude said there's more work in the prep than the actual performance. And then even Rick.
100%.
Oh,
so
I
much
didn't.
prep.
I didn't see the
But,
second
like,
part.
What are
There's
we
a lot
doing
of
to
work in prep.
Like, if you have a big production gig, totally different. Let's not talk about that because I agree. Like, that's just different. But if we're just talking a DJ gig, you're just DJing a wedding, right? No, you have 10 up lights. That's max production. 10 up lights, right?
Well, I'm.
What are you prepping though?
Well, no. Let's preference prep as an individual DJ or the owner of a multi-op with a shitload of DJs.
Different.
That's where I'm saying there's a shitload of prep when you own a company.
Well, if you prep 15 fucking weddings for a weekend versus
we're talking like a
you
full-time
go
guy.
DJ a gig, that's
so
not a fair.
I think there's a fine line, okay, between okay, let's say for instance, you got a wedding, okay? You got a wedding and a bar mitzvah, whatever. And that wedding's like, okay, this is all the songs and the names we're doing the grand entrance and I want all these songs for every single person and here's my dad's song and speeches and blah 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 and I need to schedule for it. That's all prep work, and then making sure you have all the songs. Oh, and you're doing ceremony for me too. Great. So now I got to make sure I have all that stuff and have all the things.
So
queued
you got
up
to
and everything.
download some music. I mean, you have most of it.
Right.
You got to download.
I mean, as a DJ, you should
give or take my prep
Yeah.
work for a wedding. I have to download 10 songs.
Okay.
You
I
know,
get that.
and that's 100% of the prep work. The rest is through, fill out this form and I can do exactly what you want. And I have to call you and talk to you for 15 minutes. And really it's just to ease your mind. It's not for me.
It has nothing to do with us.
It's
We're
you know what I
fine.
mean? It's just exactly. It's just to so you can hear me be like, so you want the cha-cha slide as your like whatever the fuck, And like, oh wow, I have a good feeling about this. It's like it was gonna be fine if I'd never talked to you in my life.
Oh God, but don't ever. I've actually said that to one person who got mad at me because we didn't speak up until like a few days before her event. She's like, my event's coming up and we haven't talked. I'm like, you filled out your questionnaire, right? Yeah. So then
Perfect.
I
Right.
have what I need.
Yeah.
Well, but we haven't talked about anything. You filled out your questionnaire, right?
Yeah.
Like you did
Let's
it
go.
correctly.
Let's go through this line item at a time. You want this, right? Okay. You want this? Yes.
I
All right.
actually-
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the info I need. Thank
I
you.
have to bitch at my DJs.
every single finalization meeting is literally me just going down the questionnaire list.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
verifying everything they wrote.
I bitch at my DJs sometimes because they'll get complacent. Yeah.
Forgetful.
Words. And they'll run through a planning meeting in 4 minutes. They'll like race. They're like, I did one in 2.5 minutes. I'm like, motherfucker, this is your one time to suck the client's dick and get a fucking good review. Like, I know you're gonna do good at the wedding, but they don't know that. Like, you gotta just shoot the shit for 15 minutes. It's
Act
not
like
that
you know
hard.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with us, but because I do the same thing with schedules. They're like, well, we didn't go over the schedule. And I'm like, in all honesty, I don't even need a schedule. I know exactly the time I need. I know
Yep.
you have a 1 hour cocktail. I need 25 minutes to do my grand entrance stuff. Then they're going to open up for salads. And then another 20 minutes, we'll go into another dance. Like, I don't need to have it written down. I
Right.
know, I've been doing this long enough.
Yep.
I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
So
Coordinators
it is
will
what it
send
is,
you
but-
a timeline, and they're like, "I saw some discrepancies on the timeline." As like, if the start is 2 and the end is 7, got it.
Yeah.
We're good.
Everything else is flexible.
You-
Everything else.
Yeah.
You always like that one planner that's like, so you have dinner at 6 and I
Oh,
have it
but
at
it's really at
6:05.
6:02.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about the discrepancies. I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit
can you
about
fix
this
that?
timeline. Like,
Can
it's
you write in
fine.
here that the servers will come out at 6:07? Why? That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, right.
This is for the party. This is for me, not for
Oh,
you.
I had
And
it.
I can't get over how many party planners, coordinators. Your job is to coordinate. Need me to fill out a schedule. Isn't that your job? Like, why am I doing this for you?
Right.
It's
So
Anyway.
I had an instance last year with a planner where I like kind of just glanced over the planning form and didn't really look too in depth into it because I already had like a super in depth with the client. The client was like super big on the music and talking about what they wanted and their stuff. So I was like, cool party. And they were like a huge party crowd. Well, I didn't look on her timeline that she had last dance at 10:45, and I had it at 11.
Okay.
They really had the venue until 11:30. So 10:45 comes up, and she's like, "It's time to do the last dance." I'm like, all I do is win or something. They're raging or whatever, and I'm like, what? Because I went through it like clearly with my couple the night before. They were like a super late planner or something like that, and I went to the bride. I'm like, oh, so it's time to do your last dance. She's like, no, we have the venue until 11:30, and I plan to be on this dance floor partying and raging. And I'm sitting there like, sure, we're gonna party.
Yeah,
because I'm like, I got paid to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's nothing worse than having a day of coordinator.
Oh
Yeah.
The ones
like,
that
it's all. I'm literally like, why are you even here? Like what?
Because the couple or the mom or dad was like, you have to have someone there, otherwise they'll not know what to do.
Yeah, my attitude is always like, how you gonna tell me? Just whatever the topic in that second is, that is my attitude with the day of coordinator.
I like the day of coordinators that like they hire them and all they do is like line them up for the ceremony,
right. and then botch the whole thing,
and then
too.
and then they just go chill.
they do it. They do it.
Really, their only job is to make sure all the vendors show up.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had a coordinator one time, a day of coordinator that got plastered drunk at the event. like literally, she's like, "We're gonna have so much fun tonight." I'm like, "Is this like your first wedding or something?" Like, she's like, "We'll take shots later." I'm like,
your job to like be available and
I like double
alive?
check too. I'm like, does anybody know like who she's hit? Like, is she like a family person? They're like, no, like they hired her, and I'm like, oh, okay, she's blackout drunk dancing on the dance floor right now.
That shit happens. It does happen. It happens fairly often, and we, North Carolina has a bunch of like more low key, I guess. I don't know about more than you, but known for low key redneck shit, and you run into that homie coordinator drunk, but she's like a paid coordinator at the same time, and it's like, I don't understand your relationship.
A lot of these people get their jobs from like doing their own stuff. Oh, I did my one party, and then my friend saw me and was like, you should do my wedding, and then like that's how they get hired to do it.
And you're like, I hate that I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that's funny. Let's see, any questions in here? Any questions we have?
I was about to say, we're getting towards the end here in terms of any questions to roll through involving business and not gear or music.
So I had a venue that I've been talking to, and we have a couple exclusive agreements with venues. We are included in their all-inclusive package, and they just, they send me an email and they're like, this date, this date, this date, this date, we need blah, blah, blah. And we have an agreed upon price, the package of what's included, the whole deal, Now, I was working it out with this other venue that we've been working with for a long time, came up with a, whatever mutual agreement. And then today, the owner's like daughter or something, I guess she's also an owner's, I don't know. She like emailed me and just like knifed the whole fucking thing. It was like, she's like, oh, we're going to actually... so just math, all right. So it was like 1,800 for a 5-hour basic ceremony reception deal.
Yeah.
Right.
One DJ?
Yeah. Just one DJ, 1,800. And it was 1,600 on most dates, but I told her it would have to be 1,800 on like October Saturdays. Anyways, she was like, we're going to backtrack to 4 hours instead. And we're looking to pay $1,000 or $800 if it's not a Saturday. And I was like,
no.
I was like I got to be polite, but like, I didn't even, I was sitting there fucking pissed, obviously. And it was just like, you had some balls even saying that, first off, like you're going to swipe $1,000 off for an 1 hour.
Yeah.
You just cut it in half. Like, go hire a Craigslist person. Like, she's going to run it, as you guys know, she's going to run into all sorts of issues trying to pay those prices.
Yeah.
The only person that's going to agree is going to be a novice of some sort and not a multi. And if it is a multi-op, it's a multi-op of novices.
Or a multi-op who's like, I have these shitty ass DJs that need training.
Right.
So
That's
I'll
what I
just send
mean.
them.
Exactly.
I
exactly.
have
And those
a
are
venue
definitely-
for that.
Those are out there, and there is a place for those. But
Yeah.
like to be included in an all-inclusive, like your venue's about to get some shit reviews. And I wasn't even beating anyone over the head with the price, but for you to come, like, you just botched it. Like, I don't know. And we run into that a lot, obviously. And thank God for the venues we have come to an agreement with. That was on my plate today. I don't know. I just threw that.
Yeah,
in
and
there.
we don't have as many of those. I saw Bar was asking, how to lock those down. I have found the best ways. Well, first off, is to do a good job on a party. So they see you, talk to them. Say, hey, how can we set something up? And then that kind of gets everything going from there. But yeah, having meetings with them, like schedule a meeting, go sit down and
or
sit
not
with
dinner,
them for 15,
lunches,
20 minutes.
Right. What we actually
gifts, lunches.
a big thing because we have crazy SEO. It's like a known thing in both my vendor community and the DJ community that my website wins. And so we'll write blogs about them and rub it in their face. That is like a big handshake, and they love us for that shit. And then we'll throw the idea out, but then we'll wait for them to come to us. But they know us. And also a huge thing, I saw Bar said, how do you get those venue deals? I haven't cracked that code.
Yeah, how
I
you
can't
lock
get on
them?
venue lists. But the thing is, like, we couldn't until we had a shit ton of DJs, because the only thing that venue doesn't want to think about is finding a DJ.
Right.
And so you have to be available, and no matter what they throw at you, you have to be able to take it.
Yeah, and to clarify, we're talking about an all-inclusive package, not being on their vendor list. That's a different.
Right. Yeah. No.
We're talking about,
being
like,
not just like they suggest.
Yeah.
It's like,
But like
they
you
book
are the. Oh yeah, we book the venue, we book the DJ,
We book the
lighting,
caterer,
you
the
just come in.
photographer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
Right.
It's
We're
all-
a line item on their contract.
Exactly.
Right.
The venue saying you pay this one price and I give you full wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, so Crypto Ape said, "How did it end? Did you agree to it?"
No.
Fuck no.
No. I told my
I can
exact
tell you that
email.
one.
I'll fucking read my email to her, because like I said, I had to be professional.
The vendor
Or-
list.
and-
The vendor
and,
list is a little interesting. And the ones that are cool and like they're just like, you did a great job. We'll put you on your vendor list. Awesome. The ones that I hear, the ones that are like, so like to get on the vendor list, you got to give us a little something. And you're like, no, I'm good.
So she
Yeah.
said, hey,
Good.
moving forward, we're going to offer 4 hours of DJ service with the option to add on hours. We are hoping to get 4 hours for $1,000 on Saturday and $800 for Sunday through Friday. We're possibly moving exclusively to the all-inclusive packages, so you'd be our go-to for all the weddings if we can get the pricing right. Let me know your thoughts.
Greensboro.
You know what they're doing, right? By the way,
Squeezing?
they're still charging $2,000.
Oh, yeah, they're trying to get
they
more
told
profit
me.
out of
They
it.
told me it was a $2,000 line item. I already know. I've said, okay, that's perfect. You can make $400 off of our package. That's fair. I was like, I know. Anyways.
Nah, they want 50%, dog. 60%.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, what the fuck kind of. Anyways,
I'm not making you look good to lose money. No
yeah,
thanks.
yeah. I was like, my reply, I would love to work something out, but I can say those prices would not work for us. I'm happy to talk more about it, but the original packaging we discussed might be the only way we would be able to fill your dates.
Yeah.
It was not. It could. I retyped that 100 times. You know what I mean? Like,
Is this like Greensboro venue?
yeah.
It is?
I won't do it. Yep. Yeah. I'll say it.
I'm
later.
interested. Well, no, you just started to say it. I think that I'm actually in talks with them too.
Yeah. Well,
Because we're DJing one of their daughter's weddings at their venue.
June 4th.
I'd have to check.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's like,
How do you know that?
Because I was talking to the one that wasn't saying this, and she was like, "Oh, you guys were booked June 4th for my daughter's wedding." Oh God.
I couldn't. Like, at least
I don't
I'm
think it
glad
is.
that like I don't have that kind of stuff, because I honestly would probably just leave.
Yeah. Well, it's
The
hard,
industry.
it is hard to keep up with that, because like, so if we're full, no is not an option. I'm working then. I'm working that
Sure.
date. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's ours. That's
Maybe
right.
I fucked up the date, but that's the one.
June 11th.
Oh, okay, June 11th.
June
whatever,
11th, yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's funny because like I
Rick
sent him
just
back with
stole your
19.
gig.
It's funny because I told him 1985 for basically the same thing, and
They were like, "That's a deal."
she said yeah, but like the daughter wasn't talking to me.
It's the daughter. She'll step in, and that is
The daughter that's
Corrected.
having the wedding.
no,
wonder if it's
the
that
daughter
one.
runs the venue.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Well, this is the
either way.
this is the mom
They
I'm
just
talking
don't
to.
like you, Eric.
Oh, good. If you're gonna try and do me like that, you can fucking eat something. Like, nah.
I actually just recently had a DJ go to a venue, and the lady was just mean. Like, he's texting me like, "I've never been treated this way. This is the meanest lady I've ever had." And I'm like, "She a black lady?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, I've worked with her. She's always been cool to me." So and apparently she's like, she was talking mad shit like, "Oh, check 1 2 thinks they know everything. They're the worst to work with because they're always changing everything around. Like, we're just doing our jobs and telling people what to do, and
Weird.
blah, blah,
keeping
blah.
the flow going
being
throughout the
in the
night and
toast.
everything.
She hates it. So she's just talking shit like it's not going to get back to me. You know what I mean? Like, and now I have to call this lady and be like, "Shut the fuck up," before I come over there, because I know we're over there a lot. And that's the thing. A lot of venues don't truly believe how much power a DJ has. They don't understand that, like, the amount of parties we book and the locations we book, it's just as easy for me to say, "Oh, that one, yeah, that's fine. I like this one a little better though." And now everybody's moving over to the next one. But I'm not like that. I'm not the ass. The only time
Yeah.
I've ever said no is if I know there's a noise ordinance at a venue, because the venue won't tell them. So I'll be like, "Hey, what kind of party do you want?" "Oh, I want it to be raging." "You don't want it here then." "What do you mean?" "There's a noise ordinance. You have to shut the doors.
Yep.
You can't be outside." And then they go, "Oh," but that's it. Everything else I'm easy with. But hey, man, sometimes you got to be an asshole. Sometimes you got to flex that power. Flex that power.
Yeah,
Like
because
that
like
power.
if a venue has a bunch of weddings where the DJ it sucked and the parties sucked, the venue's probably not going to have that great of reviews because the people didn't have a good experience at that venue.
It's very basic, and bad things move faster than good things. So
Absolutely, 100% agree. That's
Like, we went
interesting
into-
though.
yeah, we changed everything on our phones because the phones were going so much. We couldn't handle them, and we had emails and parties. So we moved over to Calendly. That's what Eric and I were talking about when
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
crashed
Yeah.
the site. So we were going with Calendly, and it's been great. But then people were like, "Well," because I don't want to just leave it out there for anybody to book. I want people to request a brochure first,
Get the
see our
pricing,
prices,
then
and
yeah.
then schedule a meeting. I don't want to talk to you if you don't know how much we cost. That's just
Exactly.
stupid.
Yeah.
So now I went back in because people were like, "Well, we can't get a hold of you." So I went back into my voicemail and literally changed it to like, "Hey, we've changed our procedures from now on, if you are calling for a booking, you need to go to our website, request a brochure. That'll get the ball rolling. If you're a current client, just email us. We'll schedule a time so we can focus on you." Like, that's a good thing. This whole calling and see until somebody answers is stupid. Wouldn't you rather know exactly
I have a call
when somebody's
going
gonna call you?
I have a call service now. I have a chick. I don't know her. It's not even $100 a month, and that number, it's my old cell phone number, now forwards to this call service because it's been on Google forever. She answers. I have a questionnaire that I gave her. It's first question: are you a current client? If no, all right, what's your event date? Oh, it's still, what's the event date? Why are you calling? What's the message? And what's your email? And they record the phone number and the name, obviously. And I get a text message immediately with all of that information. If it's a current client and I feel like calling them back right then, I can. Or, and they tell them, all right, well, they'll get back to you when they can. And if it's a lead, I have a drip now in DJ Event Planner, and it's for a cold call lead. It's worded correctly, so I don't have to fucking call them back.
Gotcha.
And I just paste their information in and click cold call active lead, and it does it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like them knowing. I like them in the system first, and then we can have a conversation.
Yeah,
'Cause there's
right.
Nothing worse.
Yeah, right.
Not knowing.
You got to they got to qualify themselves. Just
Yeah.
you need to see our prices first. Maybe that's at least for us.
No, but 100% for us too. The only people that have problems that I've seen are the older / older people and older people and older clients that we've done in the past. They expect everything to be exactly the way it was when we were in our first year, when we had 30 events that year. But that's not how it is now. Everybody else, all the new people, literally are like, "Hey, can I text you or can I email you?" Like they don't even think about picking up a phone and talking to you. That's old mentality. Nobody wants to talk on the phone.
Don't go into production.
Yeah.
Don't go
I get it. Like with Calendly, like they can do a phone call. Nobody does a phone call. They do a Google Meet. Like, I'm like, why am I looking at you for 15 minutes? This is a phone call, but they got to do it.
Yeah, right.
The production side, if you get into it, I'm starting to get deeper into like doing production for like venues and concerts and stuff. And all of them want to talk on the phone. And specifically, I got a 7-year-old that owns a giant venue and he's putting on a big festival. And he wants me to do 3 stages. He's like, I'm like, yeah, so can I like email you or text you? He's like, nope, I only do calls. I can't stand emails. If you want to, my manager, you can email him and just put hard copy and he'll print it out and put it on my desk. And then I can have him respond back to you. And I'm sitting here like, I'm trying to figure out fucking sound and lighting for 3 stages on your goddamn date. And I can't do anything but a phone call, which is very unproductive because you just want to shoot the shit every time I call you.
It's a waste of time. It legitimately is a waste of time. I have people right now, even in Calendly, when they schedule things, it's like in the what is this about? What is this regarding? Do you guys have risers and like the dumbest things that could be just an email? But now I got to be on the phone to tell you, like I've literally emailed people after seeing their Calendly and like, we don't need to have a meeting for this. Here's your answer. We can cancel it.
Yep.
Because it's stupid. It's a waste of time.
Yeah. Like a coordinator calling and I get the message. It's like, coordinator lady. She's like, seeing if you guys need a linen. It's like, oh my God. Because I know because my automated system has already emailed them telling them we don't fucking need a linen. Like, because I don't want that. I don't want that call.
No, so, yeah, you get. I just thought about that. You do get those. They leave you a fucking voicemail every time, and they're like, "Yeah, just calling to check and see when you're gonna arrive, when you're leaving, how long
that's
you're gonna
all
be
automated
there."
for us now. Like 2 weeks before it goes out, hey, we arrive at this time, 2 hours before your event. We don't need any linens. We're self-contained, and even then they will get that email and go, okay, I got your email. Just verifying that you don't need a linen.
Yeah, right.
Mine's hilarious. I tell them I don't need a table. They're like, you don't.
Yeah, we don't need anything.
You don't need a table? What?
Yeah.
They
What
look
gonna
at me like I'm
use?
stupid. They're like, how do you not use a table? Do you like bring your own table? And I'm like,
Float, bitch.
I got one of those like
DJ's come a long way.
I got the holographic DJ one that I can't remember what that is. It has like the screen that pops up. It's holographic.
Oh, right. Yeah.
What are those things called?
I can't remember.
Although, don't get me
It's
wrong,
got like a
every so often
projector
I'm
that
like-
shoots up it. Yeah.
Yeah. Every so often I'm like, I'll take your table. Like if I don't want to deal with like having to bring my stuff in, I'm like, I'll take your table.
Uh-huh.
You know where I want them to give us a table at the ceremony. If they
Yes.
could give us a 4-foot or a high boy table at the ceremony of a linen, I would love you forever.
Yeah.
One
They
less
always
thing.
forget that little part.
Like that's where I want the table. I don't give a shit about the table at the reception. I want the table at the
And,
ceremony.
I mean, I guess they're just doing their fucking jobs, but like, I hate them anyways.
Sometimes though, I feel like they have to do this to,
their worth.
yes,
The
to qualify their work.
valify
Right.
their cost. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We were working on an event right now with one of those. The venue lady called me and she's like, "These guys, she is pissing me off so much, calling me asking about why is it gold and not silver and all this." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah.
oh, you gotta love it.
Bring a virtual table. That's hilarious.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
this was very productive. Lots of good topics.
So,
We crashed the
by
stream.
the way, is the new sign, is that also solstice?
Yes, it is. That is. Thank you for that. He actually asked me to plug that. That is Solstice. I forget what his Instagram is, but that's where you need to go if you want an LED.
I think it's Neon Solstice or
No,
Solstice Neon.
he said to not put him there because it's just DJ
Forget that.
Solstice.
Forget that.
DJ Solstice at DJ Solstice on Instagram. He said to just DM him directly, but he does have the DJ Solstice Neon where he posts all the stuff. But yeah, he did that one. He did the Fusion Sound Lighting one. I got like 3 coming for events coming up. So
I get mine on Friday, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, so that video you posted wasn't actually that was
No,
the
it was
teaser.
him. It was him
Yeah.
showing me that it was done.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and I also have another guy. I don't know why, and I'm not gonna. I appreciate it. He had one made for me that says Cleveland on air. That he's sending to me.
Oh.
So now all of a sudden I have 2 neons. I got to figure out where I'm going to put it.
Very cool.
I mean, obviously the one I bought and I paid for is big. It's
Yeah, I
bigger.
saw that.
Yeah, it's like this size. I want it right behind me here. So
Literally, when I saw you post that video of it, I was like, "That's fucking massive."
well, you know, you're
That-
gonna do it.
Like
do
I
it
told
right,
him,
right?
I told him specifically when he gave me the first one. I'm like, "It needs to be smaller," and he's like, "Really?" I'm like, "It needs to be smaller."
That's what she said.
Now yours is yours hanging?
Yeah. So there's
Does he put things on the back? Mounts?
so they send you a hanging kit.
Okay, all right.
So there's a hanging kit. It's like these little. I don't know if you can see the little stainless. At the
I
top.
do. Yep.
Yeah, but those actually, because this is in a corner, I got fishing line hanging it, but those will actually fit into the holes that are on the sign.
Gotcha.
So this one had 4, and you could literally just put those 4 right into the wall
Okay.
and mount it with the mounts that come with it. But that's the coolest thing because I love selling that to the clients. I'm like, hey, we can put this on a hedge wall, but you get to keep it at the end of the night, and it comes with a hanging kit. So
No, that's great. I think I'm actually think I'm going to start doing that. It depends on the size and whether or not you're going to do RGB or kind of a static color. If you're doing like multicolors, I think that costs more too.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I can't
So mine is like 2 colors and it's RGB and it's huge. So mine wasn't cheap. But I bought it at cost, so I'm not complaining. But
I was about to say, expect to spend over like $300 for a small one and up from there. Just expect it's going to be over $300. That's the best advice I can tell you. Like for our wedding clients, I mean, I charge them like I think it's set like it's a bundled in there with other things, but it's like $550 or something like that. So I make a couple hundred on it. But
but then they get to take it home with them. It's like a party game.
exactly. And that's the part they love. They're like, oh, but I get to keep it. So like, I actually get, it's like a physical product.
Yeah.
I need to watch that because sales tax might have to be applied.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
That's
now and
100%.
the only issue I have is like right now
I'm
I'd
just
love
giving
to do
it
it.
to them. It's a gift at the end of the night.
Yeah. I don't have enough manpower to support it. That's the only problem. Like I know if it's on my party, it's fine.
Yeah, you can hang it. But
Yeah, but if it's on like one of my other 5 or 6, like I don't want that kind of stress.
Yeah.
So I got to figure. What I need is a handyman guy, not a DJ. There's just a guy that like does all that stuff for me.
You
Can
like
go
a
around
Brandon?
every party and do stuff.
like a Brandon, yeah. Looks like he's got like a bunch of handyman recruits. Like his whole team's like in there with saws and stuff and cutting and
That
painting
dude's
and going crazy. And you're like,
Red Max.
Red
Red
Max
Max everything.
taking over the world.
Hey, and I can't hate him for that. Can't hate him. Like, do your thing, man.
Oh,
He's
awesome.
the king of marketing.
Yeah,
Dude, he's
awesome.
Little bit inspirational too. It's pretty crazy what
Tearing
he's
up.
doing. Tearing up.
I love him.
It really is. Like I've
Awesome.
never seen somebody like capitalize on every possibility.
Yeah.
Like some people are just like, oh, I'll do this. He's like, I'll do it all,
Yeah.
and I'll
Right.
do it pretty well across the board. So
Mhm.
hey, more power to him.
Cool.
Let's see. Can you use DMX with it? I don't know. Can you? Probably not.
Not in the current state. I mean, you probably can hook it up to so it just turns on and off.
Yeah, but
'Cause
the
it ha-
RGB, is it a remote?
Yeah,
Or
it
is
has a remote
switch?
here.
Yeah, literally, I have no information. He just told me like, well, this is what it does. I'm like, okay, well,
So,
I guess
so
I want
there's,
this.
there's like a little box. You can bypass the box and go full brightness and just hardwire it that way. But there's actually a little box that goes in between it that works with this like kind of Bluetooth. It's not RF or whatever. It's not IR, but it's got like a dimmer on it. I'm not gonna do it because it's gonna like blow the shit out of this camera.
But there's
this
the
is-
off and on.
Yeah, there's an off and on.
Oh,
There's an
perfect.
off and on at the top, and then there's a dial here to make it brighter or not brighter, lower. Because
Yeah.
like this, to get this right on the camera lighting and everything, this is like on 10% right now.
I was gonna say you probably have to balance out the camera with
Yeah,
that,
the studio
and then-
lights and the camera. It was a nice 30-minute ordeal this earlier on today trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
So
But it looks good though. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But is that one's only just white?
yeah, that one's just only white. The RGB
Okay.
ones, it's the same sort of thing. It's like all on, all off, dim, not. because my Fusion sound lighting one is blue and green.
Yeah, right.
With our colors.
What did
I
you
think
say?
it's got
that
white
thing
too.
has been falling at most of my recent gigs. Sounds like a bad mount.
What mount?
Oh, I'm done with my DMX Go. I'm about to go with the Airstream. Okay.
Whatever. That's gear
I know
talk.
we're not talking about gear.
Save that for Tech Tuesday, or was that today?
Yeah, Tech Thursday.
Tech
Yeah.
Thursday. Okay. Yeah, joining the Cleveland's channel. Yes.
Yeah,
But
because I have some opinions about my DMX Go and Airstream, completely. So
you need to talk
right
about the
now,
new Blizzard
I'm
product.
doing Sound Switch, which is interesting because
I-
you have the control.
I have the control one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have the control one also, and I have found that like the control one's very convenient, but just panning over to your other page and hitting the button is also not that complicated. Because you have to keep the software on, so you're going to need it regardless.
Surprisingly, actually, I have a service call with Sound Switch because it will not load on my computer right now.
What do you mean?
Like the program will not launch. Reinstalled it, uninstalled it, wiped the computer, put it back on. It won't. It will not boot on my computer.
Is it looking for your key? Maybe that disappeared. Your
No,
iLock.
Nope. iLock's logged in and everything. I've uninstalled iLock. Anyways, gear talk. But
Yep. Gear talk. We're done.
I'm like over here yawning.
I was about to say Eric's gonna fall asleep if we talk
Said
gear.
a fucking word. I'm just like,
Keep it on the business side. But we talked about a lot of good stuff today. A lot of good business advice. I can't even remember all the subjects we've talked about. That's the beauty of this conversation. It's just the conversation. We don't have a set
shit.
Exactly. We shoot the shit, and then hopefully we can get some cuts out of it to make sequences or clips to post later on. But Cleveland.
Apparently, we need to talk about SEO at some point. That was a blip in the.
I saw that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna-
Let me know next time. I want to at least be on to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on here, but I
It'll
want
be
to
on
hear it
YouTube.
because I suck at SEO.
We'll just wait until
Really?
after your marquee presentation, and then we'll just roll it.
They switched me to automation, which I was like, shit, I'm down.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, what we can do is an exclusive SEO stream.
Good. All right. Yeah. Charged by the head.
Or I might have to just bring you back on the show, and then we'll do an SEO.
That's fine. I'll talk.
Yeah. And Rick, I still need to get you on.
Text me.
Jesus.
Text.
That was a fuck you.
Text me. There's changes in the background right now that I can't speak of at this time, but
Okay.
my availability is going through the roof in May. So
Oh, gotcha. Perfect. Cool.
yeah.
We'll work it out. All right, boys.
actually,
Alright.
it's sooner than that, but I need a couple weeks to get my shit together. Anyways, this was super fun. If you guys liked everything, leave it down in the chat. Also, go subscribe to Cleveland if you're not already. Follow Eric on Facebook. I think that's about the only source he really cares about.
Yeah, don't follow him on IG.
Instagram. Oh, yeah.
His
You wanna
Instagram is
respect-
literally
You
copy
can
and paste.
View my meme dump.
If you want to go see very controversial opinions about the DJ industry, go follow him on Facebook.
That would work.
Anyways,
I
Cleveland,
love how you just. I don't understand how people even take you seriously.
I think they've learned to just not take him seriously. And anybody that does is new, and they're like, "Why are you guys like feeding off this?"
Cool.
Cool deal.
All right. Cool.
Awesome.
Cool. Well,
Awesome,
thanks for having me,
guys.
guys. I appreciate it. It's been a good time. I like this whole just little over an hour.
Yep.
I want to figure out a way to do it on mine, but mine end up going like 2 to 3 hours every time. I can't seem to shut it down. So
Too much.
I gotta figure that out.
Too much.
Too
if I
much.
broke it up into 2 days instead, that might work too.
Well, your
Just
tech
maybe
show,
an hour
you're talking
on Tuesday,
tech.
An hour on Thursday.
See, the problem is you talk tech, and everyone's got an opinion on tech.
I know.
So your
know.
comment section goes crazy. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Yep,
guys,
exactly.
this was a blast. Cleveland, we'll have you on probably in the future. This is awesome. But anyways, guys, appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.